I was always looking outside of myself for strength and confidence, but it comes from within. It was there all the time. That is a quote that underlines what my speech is going to be about today. Today I'm going to pay tribute to myself because I have struggled with confidence for most of my life, and I feel like it is difficult to sometimes look inside of yourself and pay compliment to yourself. It's much easier to give other people compliments, and they say that yourself is always the hardest one to be able to recognize your strengths and the good parts and pay tribute to yourself. So today I'm going to take on that challenge with this speech. To do that, I'm going to start out giving you a little bit of background from myself. I grew up in a very secure, loving home, which sounds great, and it was great, but what that did was sometimes leave me lacking some coping mechanisms to be able to deal with difficult times or difficult things. And so there were 3 things in my life that were shaping things that I am proud of myself for, what I've learned from them, and I'm going to go through those with you now. The first thing that happened right as I entered into adulthood, I was 23 years old, I got divorced, got married young when I was 20, and at not my will, I ended up being divorced at 23, and that just really shook my world. It shook my faith in people and what I could expect and made me afraid of the world. And even though that situation was bad and it really rocked me and was difficult, I think that it's the first time in my life that I actually tried to question who I was, what I wanted from life. You know, growing up in a secure home, it's easy to just believe what everybody tells you should be and who you should be. And I just believed that. And when I got divorced, it taught me to question what I wanted, who I am, what matters to me, really, not just what it's been told to me in the past should matter to me. And the next thing that happened to me, a couple of years later actually, this leads me to this part, is I came out to my family as being gay. And that was very difficult, and it took many years for me to be able to move past that issue with my family and to be able to make that a comfortable, happy part of my life. But what happened to me during that time when I was going through that is that it taught me to not be such a people pleaser, to not be so concerned all the time with what other people think of me. Instead, to find my confidence in my center and my happiness from inside of myself, that I was okay as long as I was moral and right in what I believed and what worked for me. And that as long as I wasn't purposely hurting other people, that it was okay to be myself. The last thing that I want to talk about is that a couple of years ago, about 2 years now, I was laid off from the job that I worked at for 6 years. That was a very big struggle for me because I had gained friends and family and people that I worked with and confidence in myself working for a company that really enjoyed having me as a part of it. And being laid off, I was afraid that I wasn't going to be a good employee somewhere else and that change was something that I couldn't handle. And really what I discovered is that not only was I able to survive a year of being unemployed, which gave me confidence, I also gained confidence in the fact that I have things to offer a new employer. And now at the new job that I'm at, I am doing very well, and they love me there, and I've entered it with a whole new level of confidence and security in myself, knowing that I can make it through difficult times, and if I get laid off again, I can make it because I did before. So in conclusion, my divorce, coming out, and my layoff were very difficult times for me, but I am very proud of myself that I was able to make it through it, and that I learned from those struggles, and that I became a better person, not just in spite of, but because of those difficult experiences, and was able to move forward into the future, knowing that I have things to offer, not only the world and other people, but myself.